Right folks, let's go do some detecting. One of the grass fields has been cut and baled, so it's a field I haven't tried before, so fingers crossed we can find something nice. Right folks, here we are. One nice field, cut this last week or so, and I've taken the bales out, which is great. So we've got this field here, and just over that way there's another field, a smaller field, which goes to the front of the house there. That's the landowner. The field you can see in the distance over there with the cows in, that's the field that's still ridge and furrow, and I've done a couple of videos in there. I found all sorts, lots of buttons, some coins, cartwheel pennies. See, there was no footpath running through the middle of that, well, from this corner of the field to the far corner over there, hence all the nice finds. I'm not expecting to find too many bits and pieces in here, but you never know anyway. Like I said, I haven't detected it before, so let's give it a go and see what we can come up with. Right, I'm just near the car, and my first find coming in at 10 was this. Now that looks to me like it's live. I'm not taking that home with me. I have to dispose of that somewhere. Yeah, that's staying here. Beautiful day today, really nice. It's getting quite warm again. Hope it doesn't get much warmer than this. Right, I've had a signal here, 29, quite shallow, belting signal, really high pitched. I mean, field 2 again on the Equinox. Anyway, this is what we found. What on earth is that? Obviously it's not very old, I presume, but what would that be used for, guys? Any ideas? Oh, picking something, or yeah, not sure what that is. Curious. Well, I've dug a few bits of lead since the last bit of video, and this signal was reading 1718 thereabouts, so I actually just missed a pinpoint. It was just to the side there. Now it's either a coin or a button. I'm really hoping it's my first coin. Oh, could be. What is that, halfpenny shape size? Tell you what, let me put a bit of water on this and I'll come back in a minute. Well, it's in a bit of a state, unfortunately, especially the back. But I can just make out, looks like the partial jaw jibs, so it's one of the Georges. So first or second, I don't know what that is, probably a penny. Actually no, it could be a halfpenny, couldn't it, I think. Going by the size of it. Yeah, so one of the Georges anyway. Can't tell you much more than that at the moment, I'm afraid. Great stuff. First coin. Well, I'm near the edge of the field, very close to the edge. And I had a signal here, coming in at about 21, I think it was, 21-ish, yeah. Not very deep, 3 or 4 inches perhaps. And I'm pleased to say we've got some silver. A little Victoria sixpence. Excellent. Happy with that, guys, you can tell, can't you? Yeah, it's looking a bit dark, but got some age to it, hasn't it? Now, the date on the bottom, it's tiny, and I think I can make out 1855. Could be 1885. To be fair, I won't know until I get home and get the magnifying glass on it. But that's a great little find, is that? Fantastic. I didn't expect to find silver, but that's lovely. Yeah, so the edges of the fields, they often do turn up nice finds, don't they? I'm guessing that's where people would have walked. Perhaps if there were crops in the field back in the day, they would have walked up and down the edges rather than across the middle where the crops were. Always worth doing the edges. It's been quite noisy up this end of the field. A lot of iron and sort of tin signals. But I'm toying with the idea of heading down to the bottom of the field and just giving that a try for a while. I'm crossing the field across the narrow side. I think it's easier to lose your track when you're doing it long ways like that. Yeah, anyway, nice little sixpence that. Lovely jubbly. Thank you very much. I'm just a few feet away from that, where I found the sixpence. I've got this little odd item here, decorated with something or other. What on earth is that? When I saw that bit there, I thought, oh, maybe it's a watch winder, but it obviously isn't. And this thing here moves, it swivels slightly. I don't want to do it too much, I don't want to break it. That's a strange one. What do you reckon? Can't make out what that is on the back. Yeah, strange. I'll have to put that somewhere where it's not going to get broken, won't I? So a 13 signal here, quite shallow again, a couple of inches, 3 inches maybe, and a little thimble. I haven't had a thimble for a while. Yeah, it must be, I don't know, a month or two maybe. Sadly not silver. Yep, great stuff. A few signals reading 10 on the knocks, and they've turned out to be either buttons or bullet casings, little 2-2 bullet casings. And I've had another 10 signal here, and this is what we've got. What do you reckon, guys? Probably another button, isn't it? Let's have a look then. Ah, it's a shame. That's a shame. It's another button. Yeah, just a little button. I think I'm going to sew some of these onto my hat. Might as well put them to some use rather than just stick them in a box out of the way, never to be seen again. Right, it's complete anyway. I've gone along the edge, on this edge here, and I've got a really high pitch signal here, 28 thereabouts, and it's just a buckle. Big old brass buckle, it'll be off a horse harness or something that. Okie dokie, there's a few inches deep. Another good signal here, it was reading 20, 21. And it's this little thing. I think I'd had one of these before, it's like a tiny buckle. Yeah. Tiny. So what would that have been used for? Obviously some item of clothing presumably, but it is tiny. Great, nice little find that. Well, I'm in the bottom corner of the field now. I've done along the edges, on that edge across there. Now just along here somewhere, there is a gate. There's a gate just there, that gap. And a bit of a footpath here. And if you can see it on the video, you probably can see it, just leading across there to that other gate. And that footpath joins on to the footpath running through the other field, where I found quite a few bits and pieces. Well, I don't know, 2 or 3 months ago I suppose it is now. You can see the footpath continuing over there, right into the corner of that field. So I've given that field a good going over, well, at least 3 times. Obviously the grass is quite long at the moment. I've got cattle in, so I'll be leaving it for a while. But I'd like to give it another go when the grass dies back. Yeah, I'm sure there's more in there to be found. Yep, right, so I'm going to have a bite to eat now. And we'll catch up with you when we find something else. So I'm still doing the edges of the field, working my way up this side this time. After I've done that, I'll probably start crisscrossing again that way. Just had a single here, 1920ish again, just under the surface, not very deep at all as you can see. Just literally flipped it out and that's how it landed. So, it's a button, I thought it was a coin. Oh well, never mind. Okay, I've had a few buttons today. Only a couple of coins though, so I could really do with some more of those. I don't find many of these. It's a little lead bag seal. Nice little find, but there's no markings on it that I can see. Oh, hang on, what's that there? Possibly something on the top, near that top lip. Possibly, yeah. Yeah, fairly plain, fairly dull. It's a little find though. So I'm just about in the middle of the field now. And I started crisscrossing from edge to edge. I've dug a few bits of lead since the last bit of video. Nothing really worth showing. Right, we'll carry on. Right, this one was reading 22. 3 or 4 inches down again, which is often the case with coins, well I find anyway, because the fields that I detect on tend to be just pasture, and more often than not the fields that don't get ploughed, so coins don't sink too far down. We've just dug this one up, extremely worn, small as well, a little copper coin. Not sure what that would have been, possibly a farthing. Maybe you folks out there might recognise that. Well, I say recognise it by the size of it at least. It's very thin. Looks like there might be a trace of 2 eyes, 2 ones. It could even be 3, I don't know. I don't know really. I could be. Got maybe grasping at straws there, aren't I? So what do you reckon, guys? What do you think that could be? Yeah, again, quite shallow. 2 or 3 inches. I think it's the remains of a penknife. There isn't much left of it, just part of the handle. So it looks like sort of like an antler finish to it. And I suppose that would have been possibly silvered there with that little shield badge thing is. Yeah. Okie dokie. Little bit up. Quite shallow again. Looks like a shoe buckle fragment. It's got a bit of detail on that. Looks plain on the back side, the reverse. But yeah, it's got some pattern on that side. Nice little find. Shame it's not complete though. And coming in at 17, we have a musket ball. First one today. First one for a little while actually, I think. Yep. So, I'm still crisscrossing the field. This way, that way. Not sure how much longer I'm going to be here really. We'll see anyway. I'll see if I suddenly start finding coins, then I could be here a while. But that's doubtful. Reading 17 is this little piece of lead. I would say that's got to be a token or a gaming piece of some kind. Looking at the size of it and the shape of it. Sadly I can't see any decoration on it. Yeah. Down there. No, looks fairly plain, doesn't it? Okay. Now 24, so very sharp signal as well, so I think it's probably going to be something modern. Was it a penny? Yeah. Yep, just make out Elizabeth, the second. Yeah, it's just a penny. Well, I think I'm going to walk to that hedge and then back to the car, because I'm just about out of water now and it'll soon be tea time. I've got a 23 signal, I think it was, here. Filming it because you never know, might just get something decent for a change on a live dig. I do hope I haven't jinxed. Oh God, bet it! I haven't jinxed it again. Oh, it's not junk. Oh, it doesn't look good from here. What the heck is that? I don't know, possibly a handle of some kind. Yeah, it doesn't look very old, does it? Yeah, that's it. Right. A few more minutes and that's another day done. Interesting field, that. Lots of stuff on it, lots of lead and lots of buttons as well. I'm jiggered, I tell you. I dug a lot of holes today. So let's show you what we've got. Let's have a look. Good and the bad. Oh, we've got a variety of things. Oops, chucking one on the floor. Tins, lids, lead, a spoon bowl, I think that one. The usual kind of stuff. That's like some kind of pick or something. It's just alloy. It's nothing fancy. No idea what that is. Give a good signal though. Shotties, spoon handle. Looks like I don't know, could be off a bell or something. Brackets of some kind. Lots of lead. Broken penknife. 2 cartridges. That handly type thing. Yeah, so general bits of lead really. Lots of stuff. Bit of pipe or something there. The other stuff, so a buckle from a horse harness, probably a Victorian. Buckle fragment, might be quite old that. Probably some kind of fittings, I think those, possibly furniture, possibly off horse tack again. Little lead, I think a token of some kind. Thimble, musket ball, lead bag seal, little tiny buckle. Not sure what that'll be off. That strange thing as well. That spins round. Well, probably did originally spin all the way around, but I'm not sure if it will now. Interesting that. Lots of buttons, as you can see. Lots. Looks like quite an old one. Some of them, a few of them have got some gold gilding on. Like that one there. I think I've got possibly 3 or 4 of those. It says, can't find them now. Right, coins. Lizzie penny. That one, I'm not sure if that's 12mm in size. That could have been one of the Georges, a penny, because I think the pennies were smaller than the halfpenny. The penny was about 12mm, so could be a George I, George II, not sure. I might be wrong on that. Definitely a George coin of some kind, probably a halfpenny. Just make out George Ives. Yeah, I'm not sure. Unfortunately, the bust is a bit of a mess. I don't know. Will there be a date on the bottom of there? Might be able to find a date on that. I'll have to check. And the best find of the day, the lovely little Victoria sixpence. Yeah, bunhead, so she was young there, wasn't she? Sixpence. And I think it says 18... Well, it's that tiny, I'm not sure really, but I thought it was 1855, but it might be slightly later. I'll have to check on that one. So that's it, guys. That's all the stuff. Good and the bad. Right, catch you next time. See you later.